what do I even mean by the term rich life? I don't mean like yachts and McLaren F1s and fancy cars and G6 and private jets, and that's not really what I mean. I don't mean like the rich ostentatious lifestyle. I mean rich like the best Belgian chocolate you've ever had in your life. Rich like a 100-year-old scotch or wine. Something that has depth and texture. It's almost like, do you remember when Scrooge McDuck and he was in his like striped swimsuit, he would dive into this swimming pool of gold. And it's like you're diving into this swimming pool of gold, and that swimming pool of gold is your own life. How awesome would that feel every single day? That would be just so much fun. You would appreciate every moment. There's a certain sense of savoring life. In this video, I'm going to share a couple of the secrets that I've found to a rich life. I'll share the easiest way that I know how to get to a rich life and the best way to make that happen at the end. So stay through the video. My name is Rich Life. I am a chiropractor for the mind and soul. So I don't give physical adjustments, but I help people have a single thought. And when they have it, it aligns with who they are. And then they can live more authentically. They can live with more peace and joy and move with more freedom. This is the Rich Life podcast. Hi, I'm your host, and we explore the richest life possible. We have this rich life all around us. Are you missing out on it? You might be, because it's pretty amazing, but sometimes we do take it for granted. I'm going to be sharing today more about exactly what I mean by the rich life. And I'll start with a story. I always wanted a rich life. Even when I was a kid, I struggled with with emotions, with fitting in, with feeling like I had this sense of belonging. I I didn't have a rich life. I think that I had parts of it. I had moments. I had some great times, but I was struggling with my emotions a lot. I was hurting a lot. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I was young. My they think it was a misdiagnosis now because of how I get to live my life now. But I always wanted that. I always wanted the most enjoyable life possible, and I went in search of it. I looked for it in education. I looked for it in self-help. I became this self-help junkie. I thought that I found the secret to it in habits. I was doing meditation, qigong, yoga, tai chi, cold showers, exercise, affirmations, anything that I think might have worked. I would try anything and I'd add it into the list and I would be consistent with it. I would keep going with it, but it wasn't working. And what I found is that I was actually pulling myself away from my own life. I wasn't living my own life because I was so focused on trying to figure out how to get a better life. I was missing out. I was spending my entire morning meditating, my entire evening having a bedtime routine, trying to become a better version of myself so that I could have a more enjoyable life. And it was like a full-time job. I was stressing myself out over it. It was hard. I put in a lot of hours, a lot of hard work at this, like it was a project. My rich life was a project, and then I wasn't living my life, and I crashed. My wife told me, you're not here with me. You're not being present. You're not being a spouse." And now, well, not every single moment of my life is rich, but I have these wonderful, amazing moments. I am in awe of some some of the simple, amazing things going on around me. Yesterday, I saw two bald eagles and a heron as I went out for a walk with a client around a lake. Oh my gosh, incredible. Amazing. It doesn't even have to be like that. Just looking at some of the nature, some of the trees, I'm in awe. Just seeing the truth and being with somebody. I am kind of like that Scrooge McDuck, like diving into the gold of my own life. And man, it's incredible. It's wonderful. And I wish it on everyone, whether you listen to this podcast or not, whether you struggle in life or not. I wish that rich life on everyone. I want everybody to have this experience. And so I'll share a little bit of a shortcut or what I feel like is the easiest way to a rich life. And that is through a realization. You can have a single thought that will change your life, that will raise your level of consciousness. A realization. And it's not an intellectual thought, it's a thought that comes from who you really are, from your infinite being, from the space within. And when you find a thought like that, you don't even find it. It comes to you, it comes from you. When that happens, it it changes everything. And it doesn't happen in a predictable way. It seems kind of random. I've been struck with these powerful realizations after I've had this crash. I've recovered, and these powerful realizations has given me the gift of a more rich and beautiful experience of life. A single thought that changes everything. It makes me laugh. It is obvious. It's like, how did I not see this before? I'm kind of kicking myself. but it's okay. It's all understandable. That is the, the, the shortcut, the most efficient way that I know to find your richest life. Have that one thought that comes from the truth of who you are. And that's my goal when I work with clients, when I talk with people, when I just am who I am, when I'm just being myself around other people. That I am in that clarity of my own rich life, and maybe it will trigger their rich experience of life. I wanted that so bad. I wanted to be that positive influence on the world. And in a little bit, I'll share some of the best ways that you can make that one thought, that realization, more likely in your life. Because I did want that. And I think I'll talk a little bit about like that desire to be a positive influence, to show up in the world in a positive way, because I think it actually gets in our way. When I was trying to become that better version of myself, I would kind of be able to show up to work and be, hi, I'm rich, and be that really positive, energetic person. But it wasn't coming from who I really was. It was coming from this place of fear, of needing to make other people happy, of needing to please other people, and it was this mask that I was wearing, and it got in the way of me genuinely connecting with the people that I cared most about, and that sucks. I hope that you can let go of that and start to see how you might be doing that in your own life. And it doesn't come from a bad place. We all want to be a positive influence, a good worker, co-worker, boss, a good parent, a good spouse. But it makes it hard when we're trying to be that so much. It makes it hard for us to actually be ourselves. And guess what? Who you really are is a wonderful coworker, boss, mom, spouse, son, daughter. When we start to let go of that need from a place of fear and live from who we really are, then we do get to be a little bit more of a gift. Our life becomes more rich. We can enrich the lives of others, but I think we get lost. We get lost in trying to do it, that we forget that we already know how. We're trying to do it with our intellectual minds and figure it out in the best way that we can. But that deeper mind, that knows how to do it. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to figure out how to be a better anything. And I promise to share with you the best ways that I know how to make it more likely to have that one thought, that realization. When I work with my clients, we talk about the nature of thought. And the nature of thought is that it comes and it goes, it dissolves back into the energy from which it came, and you have old thoughts, borrowed thoughts from your parents, from society, from your friends, and they're just kind of old memories that will come up when you drop those, when you let those go, when you allow space. It creates space for that realization to come forth, because the realization cannot come forth, it can't break through the surface if there's no room for it. Sometimes it even can, but it's so much less likely. It's like a plant that breaks through the concrete. So sometimes it can happen, but it is so much easier when the conditions are right for it. That one plant, like little flower breaking through the concrete, yeah, it happens. But when there's a whole field that is rich, that has the soil that's not covered up, then a whole field of wildflowers can come forth. So that is one of the biggest ways, is to let it drop. Let those thoughts break up and dissolve. You don't have to break them up. They will do it on their own because they're made of thought. They're quick. They're not the same thing as what goes on in the real world. So slow down and let there be a little bit of space for that thought to come through, for your natural wisdom, your natural mind to express itself to you. And it is so exciting when it does. Start to look in the direction of that wisdom. You have it. I promise you that you do. Every person has wisdom. Most people are just covering it up every single day. And when I was trying to figure it out and trying to do it through habit and trying to please other people and creating that mask, I was blocking my wisdom, who I really was. So again, slow down. Look to where it comes from. It comes from within you. And realize the nature of thoughts, of thought itself, not of your thoughts. You don't have to figure out all of your thoughts, but see how thought works, that it comes and that it goes. And then, ooh, we've got old thoughts. And oh, we've got fresh new thinking, new realization from that space within. This has been the Rich Life Realization Podcast. And if you saw something in this, I would ask a favor of you. I'm only growing this organically, so I'm not doing like paid ads. I'm not going to be doing sponsorships. Please share it with somebody that you think would be able to hear something from this, who are aching to be able to express themselves and who want that rich life that they've been searching for it all their lives. And it's right around you. It's right around you. It's right around me. I just can miss it sometimes. I can get up into my head and miss it. So please share that with somebody that you think does the exact same thing. Thank you so much for listening. You are giving the most valuable resource that you have, which is your time and your attention. And may it benefit your life. May you have the richest life possible.